Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala seyyidil murselin ve ala alihi ve ashabihi ecmain. Now we have sub-chapter about increasing the amount of what is sold, also increasing amount of the price or money. That is the sub-chapter we will be going through, inshallah. 254. Okay. This is 254, just for record. بائع بعد العقد مبيعاً miktarını ziyade edebilir ve müşteri meclisi ziyadede kabul ederse o ziyadeyi talebe hakkı olup bai'in nedameti müfid olmaz. Ama ol meclisten sonra müşterinin kabulü muteber değildir. Seller, buyer, after the contract of sale, he can increase the quantity of sold material, and buyer in that majlis, in that session, can accept that increase in that case. Buyer has the right to ask this increased amount, and seller cannot go back, cancel his increase. It doesn't help him, his cancellation. This, in that session, in that majlis. If majlis ended, they departed, they left, buyer has no right to accept increase, no acceptance of increase after that. What is meant here? If seller sells like 25 watermelon, 20 watermelon, example is given like that, 20 watermelon with $20 in that session. Then before they departed, in same place or in another place, seller said that I want to sell you 5 more, 25 watermelon. The buyer accepts that suggestion increase by seller. In the same session, this increase is made. Then, that is 25. This is kind of second agreement, second contract. Increasing second means second contract. So 25 million seller owes to give, and the buyer will pay $25. because he agreed. But after that session, they changed the position. Seller said that I will give you 5 more, or 25, each $1, $25. Then buyer did not accept in same session. He left. He has no right to accept that proposal, that suggestion. 25. No. Why? Because that suggestion was limited to that session. It is not stretched to another session. When you buy something, you consent, you will. And the other person needs to give consent with his will. When? Not forever. Session is Majlis issue. Session, Majlis. Majlis. Majlis, you know, comes from jalasa, julus, sitting. Majlis ismi mekan, ismi zaman, mastar mime. What is its English? The seller, after the contract, can increase the quantity of the thing sold, and if the purchasers accept at the meeting where the increase is offered, he has right to demand it. The repentance of the seller is no use. Repentance, going back. The acceptance, however, of the buyer after that meeting is not regarded. No, not valid. Must be not valid. Once more, 254, mejelle. The seller, after the contract, can increase the quantity of the thing sold if the purchaser accepts at the meeting where the increase is offered. He has the right to demand it. The repentance, going back in that sense, the repentance of the seller is of no use, not valid. The acceptance, however, of the buyer after the meeting is not regarded. English, you like it, you don't like it, this is what it is. Okay, now 255. Just for record, again, 255 madde, article. مشتري بعد العقد ثمن مسمى تزيد edebilir ve bayi meclisi ziyadede kabul ederse o ziyadeyi talebe hakkı olup müşterinin nedameti müfid olmaz. Ama ol meclisten sonra bayin kabulü muteber değildir. Now this is other side of the previous article, that is from buyer side. مشتري بعد العقد ثمن مسمى تزيد edebilir. Buyer can increase the price fixed. Buyer can increase the price fixed. The buyer, but seller meclisi ziyadede kabul ederse, if the seller accepts that increase by buyer, increase in price, in saman, if the seller accepts that in that session where increase is made, o ziyade-i talebe hakkı olur. Now he has right, seller has right to ask that increase. Müşteri, buyer, müşterinin nedameti müfid olmaz. Müşteri cannot go back from what he promised. Ama o meclisten sonra bayi'nin kabulü muteber değildir. But after that meclis, bayi' seller cannot accept. His acceptance is not valid after that session, because session changed. Because mushtari, buyer's suggestion to increase is limited, not stretched to that session. Because in contract, sessions are very important. What you say is binding in that session, not beyond that session. That creates problem if beyond. You told someone, let's say, I am selling this, then the guy did not say nothing, he left. After 2 hours going somewhere, yeah, I accepted. No, I was not supposed to keep my promise. 2 hours for you, sir. You must have answered in that safqa. Yes. Interesting. I mean, price side. Okay. 255 English. The purchaser, after the contract, can increase the price named. And if the seller accepts at the meeting, when the increase is offered, he has right to demand the increase. The repentance of the purchaser is of no use. But the acceptance of the seller after the meeting is not regarded. No, not valid. Not legally accepted. Not to be considered as legal. Let me read once more. The purchase, 255. The purchaser, after the contract, can increase the price named. And if the seller accepts at the meeting when the increase is offered, he has a right to demand the increase. The repentance of the purchaser is of no use, but the acceptance of the seller after the meeting is not regarded.
What is saqfa? You said saqfa.
Which one?
You said the word saqfa. Like, did you say
Safqa. Yeah. Safqa. 2 words. I think we discussed this before or sometimes ago. Safqa. Safqa. With H. Safqa Sad. Sad. This is Sad. How to explain? Safqa is when you are selling, buying, that position is safqa. You are in a buying position, the guy is selling position. When that your buying irada, will, ends, his selling irada ends, safqa finished. That is the safqa. That session, that position, that standing, that doing, that is safqa. It is interesting, there is a rule. No to safqa in one contract, or no to contracts in one safqa. I mean, each safqa, one contract. No confusing. That is why you cannot tell Islamically, this is cash for dollar, but if you are going to pay monthly pay, if you are going to pay monthly payment, it is $5 or $8. No to safqa, no to suggestion in one safqa. Sometimes in modern businesses, in one safqa, there are not 2, 3, 4, 5. The guy tells you, in cash, this much. But in deferred, 5 years, this much. 10 years, this much. 11 years, this much. How many suggestions, how many statements, irada, in one safqa? No. That is why, I mean, in Islamic system, you have cash. This is pavilion of cash, aisle of cash. Monthly, the other aisle, you read, but one, this is only 5 years. I mean, not 5 years, 10 years, and so you go there, you grab, this is layout or deferred payment, okay, the same thing, safqa issue, majlis issue, sir. In modern economy, what is difference? They don't have difference in modern economy. But in Islamic system, there is difference. So,
about this one, like usually the seller will increase the price, not the buyer. But here, since it is talking,
you said what?
I mean, in the transaction, usually the seller will increase the price.
Yes.
I mean, suppose I want to sell something, usually it's possible I increase the price. Instead of selling $5, I want to sell $10.
Yes.
But in this article, since it's talking something opposite, it's talking about the buyer is providing some price increasing. So,
No, I mean, this is because in this case, buyer is increasing the price. Perhaps he is also asking more. Watermelon. Watermelon more. I mean, this is two persons need to agree on same thing. So they agreed. Now, the other one is suggesting another thing. Then the seller is agreeing. I mean, because in Islam, two persons agree. Civil. This is civil law. This is act. It's allowed in Islam. Okay. Now, 256. بائع بعد العقد ثمن مسمى بالمقدار نحط وتنزيل اتمس الصحيح ومعتبر. Interesting. Increasing, decreasing. That is the subchapter. Once more. بائع بعد العقد ثمن مسمى بالمقدار نحط وتنزيل اتمسي صحيح ومعتبر. It is valid. Seller, after the عقد, after contract, can decrease, deduct from the named and fixed price, and that is valid. That is okay. Seller and buyer agreed on an amount. Now seller will give whatever he promised, an exact amount, exact sold material, but he has right not to get full money from the buyer. He can decrease, he can subtract. That is valid. Yes. بائع بعد العقد ثمن مسمى بالمقدار نحط وتنزيل اتمسي صحيح ومعتبر. $256. The reduction of the price by the seller made after the contract is good and effect is given to it. You people, masters of English, you evaluate this English. The reduction of the price by the seller, comma, made after the contract, comma, is good. And effect is given to it. That is valid, that is effective.
Here has no session requirement.
Sorry?
Here we have session requirement. You can
No session because it is like grant to other side. I mean helping other side.
You can,
he has a right to get less money. It's like gift. Transactions are unilateral, bilateral transactions. Some transactions are unilateral, one side. Some transactions are two sides. Buying and selling, two sides. Each needs to agree. But reduction is one side. I am reducting, I am subtracting. It is one side. It does not require your approval, your consent. I do myself. Transactions, some transactions are one side. Unilateral, one side. This is very important. I don't remember exact, but we come to that exactly. For example, is gift one side or two sides? If it is two sides, other person needs to accept. Until he accepts, there is no gift transaction. No donation transaction, if it is two sides. Laws change. Some system accept this one, some system that one. But if it is one side, you do, whether other accepts or not, it is done. It is there. $257 بعد العقد بائع مقدار مبيعي ومشترين ثمن مسمى تزيد etmeleri veya bayi'in semeni müsemmadan tenzili aslı akda mültehik olur. Yani aslı akd güya ol tezyid ve tenzil veya tenzil üzerine vakı olmuş hükmünde tutulur. Very interesting. Once more I will read then explain. 257 madde بعد العقد بايع مقدار مبيعي ve müşterinin semeni müsemmayı tezid etmeleri veya bayi'in semeni müsemmadan tenzili aslı akda mültehik olur. Yani aslı akd güya ol tezyid veya tenzil üzerine vakı olmuş hükmündedir. We discussed what? After contract, seller can increase what he is selling, other side will agree. Okay? This is what we say. Or we discussed seller can decrease the money. Other side is going to we just discussed. Is this new contract? Question. Or annexed to previous contract has no independence? Question. Answer. It is annexed to previous contract as if happened that previous contract time. Has no independence. Like extension of it, but happened that time. Interesting. This decrease of money or the person's sellers increase sold material, buyers increasing the amount money too. All these contracts, all these after contract new agreement is not separate independent contract. That is annexed التحاق. أصل عقد ملتحق olur. أصل عقد أصل عقد original contract ملتحق. ملتحق التحاق 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 لحق to annex, to add. I think I will conclude here. Let me English part. 257. After the contract, an increase in the quantity of the things sold made by the seller and an increase in the price fixed made by the buyer, or a reduction made by the seller in the price fixed, become part of the original contract. That is to say, the original contract is regarded just as if it had been made on the terms of the increase or decrease. Let me read once more. So 257. After the contract, an increase in the quantity of the things sold made by the seller and an increase in the price fixed made by the buyer, or a reduction made by the seller in the price fixed, comma, become part of the original contract, comma, that is to say, the original contract is regarded just as if it had been made on the terms of the increase and decrease. So let me just get your